On the east bank of the Gwangju River in Shanghai lies the Pudong Football Stadium. And this meeting between Shanghai Port FC and Gwangju FC on match day 6 in the league stage of the first ever AFC Champions League Elite. Things are slightly precarious for Shanghai Port, the home side. They're 8th out of 12 teams, with only the top 8 going through to the round of 16. For Gwangju, things are much better looking. They sit towards the top of the table, but all could change with still many points available, still 3 match days to go. And what a start it's been for Gwangju in their AFC Champions League debut. They found things difficult, juggling the demands of the league with the demands of the Champions League Elite, but that hasn't been reflected in their latter performances. Yes, they've just about survived in K-League 1, but they have thrived in the Champions League Elite. 4 wins in 5 matches. Now they take on a very difficult team to beat at home in the Red Eagles of Shanghai Port. This enormous settlement is the 3rd biggest city in the world. The Gwangju FC fans from their city of 1.5 million have travelled all the way to the People's Republic of China, and its largest city, population 28 million, for this huge match in this huge competition that is the brand new AFC Champions League Elite. The league stage is hugely exciting. It is going to keep us guessing right the way through to the very last match day in terms of who makes it into that round of 16, who gets the top 8 places. And they will join their counterparts from the West region to be the 16 teams in with a chance of becoming the first ever AFC Champions League Elite winners. And if Gwangju FC have felt the pressure, if they've felt the sense of occasion, they have not shown it. They played wonderfully, but they are missing some big performers tonight. All of their foreign players have not travelled with the team. It's an all-Korean squad taking on Kevin Muscat's Shanghai Port. Lots of the Shanghai Port players have been with the club for their entire careers, the core group that have come up through the youth team. They also have some more recent acquisitions who've made a huge difference. One of them there, for example, the backup goalkeeper Chun Wei, 26-year-old. He spent his whole career at the club, as has the gentleman for whom he deputises, Yen Junling. Such contrasting fortunes these teams have had domestically this season, with Gwangju FC just about avoiding the relegation playoff in K-League 1, finishing 9th with 47 points, 5 clear of the relegation playoff to K-League 2. In contrast, Shanghai Port have just won the Super League for the 2nd consecutive season, their 3rd title after first winning it in 2018. And they also won the FA Cup a week ago, the first time they've ever won 2 trophies in a season. The stage is set at the Pudong Football Stadium for a contest of great importance in the East region of the AFC Champions League Elite. It is the antepenultimate match day. The brand new AFC Champions League Elite. Great entertainment, great teams and great drama as we go into the final match days and we discover who makes it through to the round of 16 to join their counterparts from the West region. This is the East region, it's the Pudong Football Stadium. Shanghai Port, the Red Eagles, hosting debutants Gwangju FC, who've been so entertaining in this great competition. But now They take on a team playing for the 8th time in the AFC Champions League in all of its forms. Semi-finalists in 2017, star-studded and spectacular. But it is clear that the Gwangju FC players fear not the big names in the continent of Asia. Even though some of their biggest names and biggest scorers are not here tonight. Such a significant match for the home team in particular. A win would see them fly up the table. And it would reduce the pressure going into the last couple of fixtures. Moments away from getting things started, the captains Oscar and Yi Hui-gyun lead their teammates down the line. Fresh from their FA Cup win last week, completing the double, Yen Juling starts in goal for the home team, making his 47th appearance in the Champions League. Defender Li Shuai, wearing number 32, scored his first goal for 6 years in the cup final. What a time to do it! Number 10, Matias Vargas, hasn't had to wait anything like that. The Argentinian has 18 goals in all competitions this season, including 5 in the Champions League. On the bench for the Red Eagles, a whole host of players who have spent their whole careers at the club, such as number 6, Tsai Hui-kung. He's played over 400 matches. Hugely experienced Ahmed Al-Kaf of Oman, 41-year-old, is the referee. He has refereed the Champions League final before. And refereed at the AFC Asian Cup at the start of the year. He's supported by Abdullah Ali Al-Mari from Qatar, who leads the video review team. In goal for the visitors is Kim Kyung-min, who hasn't yet missed a game in this competition. Number 27, Kim Jin-ho, has made a huge contribution to the defence this season with 36 appearances in the league. And number 10, Yi Hui-gyun, is the only player in the starting 11 who has actually scored in this competition. He found the net against the Yokohama F. Marinos in the opening match day. It's not a team full of goal scorers tonight. In reserve for Gwangju FC, number 20, Lee Kun-hee, likely to be brought on if they are in pursuit of a goal. They've been on the uneven side, Shanghai Port, in this first ever edition of the AFC Champions League Elite. When they've been good, they've been superb. And when they've not been good, they've been equally strong at the other end of the spectrum. And Gwangju FC have been nothing short of remarkable, with 4 wins in 5. This is a big one, though. The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed to the Pudong Football Stadium in the enormous city of Shanghai, the 3rd largest in the world, and this first ever edition of the AFC Champions League Elite. We're on match day number 6 of the league phase in the East region, and in possession, visitors Gwangju FC from the Republic of Korea, an inland city of the same name, the 6th largest in their country. And they are positioned much more strongly in the league phase. 4 wins in 5 matches. They could go to the very top of the table with victory today. For Shanghai Port, hovering around elimination from the possibility of advancement to the round of 16. They need to be in the top 8, and a victory in this fixture would really relieve pressure going into those last 2 matches. Kevin Muscat, the head coach of Shanghai Port. As we see the foul there by Brazilian Gustavo. Muscat, the 7th foreign manager of the Red Eagles. A 78% win record. This is his 42nd match in charge. He's had 32 wins so far. Brilliant record. And there is Li Shuai, the player who has only scored once for the club, and it was the opening goal in the cup final. That was on the 23rd of November. His first goal for over 6 years. Absolutely remarkable. Only players from the Republic of Korea are part of this particular squad for Gwangju FC. The foreign players haven't travelled, so they're without the likes of... We'll come back to that, because just for a moment that was a decent looking ball, and it ended up with a chance for Cho Song-kwon. He's only ever scored 1 goal in his career, and that was for his previous club, Gimpo Citizen. It was just about a year ago. Testing one for Yen Junling. Well, as I was going to say, the big goal scorers from earlier on in the Gwangju FC Champions League Elite campaign, the names like Jasir Asani, Becca Mikotadze, Gabriel Tigrao, not part of the team. And that leaves only the captain, Lee Hui-gyun, of all of the starting players, as somebody who's actually found the net in this competition. They have got on the substitutes bench Oh Hoo-song, who scored in the same game as he against the Yokohama F. Marinos. That 7-3 win on matchday 1, and he has scored before in the Champions League. The only player in the Gwangju FC team who'd actually scored in continental competition before they started this campaign. So safe to say that Lee Jung-kyo doesn't have a huge number of goal scorers available to him. But what an interesting gentleman he is. What a reputation he's made for himself at Gwangju FC, with the clever style of football he likes to play, the pressing game, the sense of positional fluidity that he wants from his team. Lots of discussion about what Lee Jung-kyo has done. 23 is Kim Kyung-jae. Second season at the club. He joined from Jeju United last year. Rebounds to goalkeeper Kim Kyung-min. Another another former Jeju United player, graduate of Seoul's Hanyang University. He's been the first choice for all of his 3 years at the club, only missed 2 in the league this season. Dealt with by Wei Jun, 3-time Chinese Super League winner, and one of that core group who spent his whole career at Shanghai Port. Gwangju Su eventually worked out to Kim Jin-ho. Massive contribution to the team defensively this season. .55 is Park Tae-jun. So far, really little opportunity for Gwangju FC. I was about to say for Gwangju FC to get the ball in attacking positions after that very early chance for Cho Song-kwon, and they nearly stole it there. This is what they are extremely adept at. Pressure on the defence. And if Shanghai Port can deal with that, then they're likely to have a lot of success against this team from the Republic of Korea. The Yokohama F. Marinos experienced just how destructive Gwangju FC's pressing game can be. Captain Lee Hui-kyun, player who has spent his whole career at the club. Here he is, he's got out on the left shin, but chooses to try and go it alone. Behind for a corner kick to the visiting team. Wondered if he was going to play it to the left to Shin Chang-moo. But very much the case that Lee Jung-kyo likes the cutting inside option, the inversion of traditional wide positions. Is Chung Ho-yeon, and they might have worked that to absolute perfection, but it's offside. Very interesting construction of the corner kick. Certainly close, because one has to consider Lee Shuai. And as a result, it is going to be reviewed. Initially, it looked to be a million miles offside, but the presence of Lee Shuai over on the other side of the penalty area has meant this is worthy of discussion between Ahmed Al-Kaf and Abdullah Ali Al-Mari. So just keep an eye on the bottom of the screen. It is tight. Ball through from Chung Ho-yeon. Has his team got this completely right? And it is indeed offside, just about. Consider yourself warned, Shanghai Port. Just one player a little late in coming out of the defence, and very nearly Gwangju FC were in the lead. Captain with a lovely finish, by the way, which we didn't really focus on. So intricate was the video review process, and so interesting was the construction of the move, but it was a lovely little chip over Yen Junling. Nice idea, and really well read at the back. Played back to the aforementioned Yen Junling, who has been and ever-present in the league. A season that has seen Shanghai Port retain the domestic title. So many fantastic victories over the last couple of years at this very stadium, the Pudong Football Stadium. For Shanghai Port, they've been a real force at home. It was opened in October of 2020. It's in the east of the city, very close to the coast, named after the easternmost district of Shanghai that's on the east of the river Huangpu. So it ended up being reasonably clear-cut, probably closer than initially thought by many watching. Kim Jin-ho's pass, a good one to Park Tae-jun. Sneak around and offer a wide option. Instead it creates space for Ho Yul, and they almost get that just right. Him again, Lee Hui-gyun trying to get on the end of it. But once more, very sophisticated construction of the attack. It was that little overlap from Park Tae-jun that created the space for Ho Yul. Oh, he's gone down, Li Shuai. Big sprint forward, and a hopeful call for a penalty kick from the Red Eagles fans. Just to remind you, this is the player who scored in the cup final. Scrutiny required from the video review team on that occasion. Certainly a tug of the shirt, advantage played, Gustavo doing really well. very nuanced picture looking at Gustavo's record. 20 goals in 28 games in the Super League, but only 2 goals in all competitions since July. Some absolutely extraordinary performances in the first portion of the season. Hui Yan laterally to Chung Ho-yeon. Here is Chung Ho-yeon, Asian Games gold medalist in this country, in Hangzhou, in the delayed games that took place last year. Played in all 7 of their matches as well. Here's Matthias Vargas, who's been so impressive this season with 18 goals in all competitions, 5 of them in the Champions League Elite. Vargas from Salta in the far north of Argentina. He's been transformed after 1 goal in 22 matches in the league last season, 12 in 28 in 2024. Chung Ho-yeon down. Very interesting first portion of the match. A sense of moments that have nearly gone right for Gwangju FC, but also the danger of things like that happening, them being overpowered by what is a strong attack of Shanghai Port, despite the absence of Wu Lei. Their record-breaking and constantly new record-making top goal scorer. Opportunity to test Yen Junling, who maybe wasn't expecting Ho-yeol to shoot from there. Might have been anticipating a cross. And their classic start of the attack from Gwangju's perspective, stealing it close to goal. And he took the safe option there, Yen Junling, just to turn it round the post. So it will come in from Choi Kyung-rok. Came back this year after a decade in Germany. Yes, I thought that was offside. Shin Chang-mu just being caught out. Shen Chao sensibly opts to play it long. Captain Oscar, who's been with the club now since 2017, 248th appearance today, and he's had his best ever season in the Chinese Super League, 14 goals in 29 appearances. Only missed 1 match. Out wide to Choi Kyung-rok. Park Tae-jung calling for it and getting it. And his delivery is good. Lee Hui-kyun, as ever, the target. Did they ever imagine it would be this good? But they would be coming to their stadium in a match of this consequence in such a strong position in the first ever AFC Champions League Elite. It is verging on fantasy for Gwangju FC. Not that they haven't completely earned it with the way they've played. Here's Oscar. Tried to find Gustavo. For the Pohang Steelers has pushed Shanghai Port into 7th position now. Good block. Gwangju FC second in the table. 3 teams all on 13 points. Assuming things stay as they are at the moment. If Gwangju FC lose this match, they will be in 4th place. If they win this match, they'll be top by 2 points. That's how much can change, even in the antepenultimate set of matches. Just to examine it from Shanghai Port's perspective, they could find that they are out of an automatic qualification place should they lose this match. And yet, if they are victorious, they'll be in 4th position. So what fantastic drama as we get closer and closer to the conclusion of the league stage. Great new format in the AFC Champions League Elite, because that wasn't a great challenge. Just kept clipping away. And in the end, tripped Park Tae-jung quite clearly. So the yellow card given to Matias Vargas. Kim Jin-ho looks for options. Out wide to Shin Chang-moo. Very experienced player. Only started 4 though this season in K1. Find ourselves at roughly the halfway stage of what's been an enjoyable first half. One where the strongest chances have been for the visiting team, Gwangju FC. Yu Wen-jun wears number 11 for Shanghai Port. The second player after Ule to score 100 goals for the club, and he certainly was fouled there. It is remarkably his 485th appearance in all competitions for Shanghai Port today. Oscar from a deep position finding Gustavo. Here is Li Shuai. We'll get a chance to cross. Li Shuai can't beat Cho Song-guan, and then from the edge of the area, a strike that could have been threatening by Xu Xin. Not the ideal player to hit it. He's only scored twice for the club in all competitions. Easy cutout really for Cho. It will be a corner kick for the Red Eagles. Olympic silver medalist Oscar to take it. Another one that's quite comfortable to defend. A little trickier. The goalkeeper will come to claim, and Kim Kyung-min does well. Doesn't do so well there though. Completely gives it away and has to be alert to take that from Oscar, hasn't scored in the Champions League since May of 2019, 16 without finding the net. Wei Jun, number 13, has the ball. He's played every minute of their Champions League Elite campaign so far. Barely had the ball, the home team. But they haven't been under what one would consider to be consistent pressure from Gwangju FC. There have been a few decent chances. There might be a good chance now for Shin, and instead it's going to be hit by Ho. Still the attack is alive. It's Park Tae-jun. Ho-yul out wide to Jung Ho-yeon. Had it been a little less accurate, it probably would have found Choi Kyung-rok. Space created nicely for him. Just needed to pull away from goal a little more to unintentionally play in Choi. Risky. That's what they do so well. Get possession back through aggressive play. Aiming always to dominate the opposition defence. Shin's ball to Ho-yul. Oh, that's been well defended. And that time a little too aggressive. Matthias Vargas making the case, one imagines, to Ahmed El-Kaf that he doesn't believe that was hugely different from what he did. The reality is it was a little different. Oscar to Gwangju. It was a ball not without risk, and they've lost possession once more. Choi Kyung-ro. And really well won back by the veteran Brazilian. Now, can they counter Shanghai Port? We're seeing lots of switching around from flank to flank in both teams, and we're seeing a few more fouls as well as we get beyond the halfway mark of the first half. Just a barge from Jun-Soo, as that was really testing for Jung Ho-yeon. Could easily have put that into his own net. Had to judge that header, get the right power on it, which he did. And it comes from Oscar, gathered by Kim. He did score 3 times in the league this season, Gwangju. The most recent on the 17th of August in the 3-1 loss at Shanghai Shenhua. It would have been a rather spectacular way to mark his 50th Champions League appearance with his 5th goal. Again, it's Li Shuai. He's covered a huge amount of ground on the left. And he's feeling the effects of it. Looks to be of some concern. Really did wince after striking that ball. Captain comes over to consult with him. The referee saying that he has to make his way off the pitch for treatment. Thumbs up given to Kevin Muscat. But he doesn't look entirely comfortable, that's for sure. He's been more involved in the team than at any other stage in his career. Came to the club 2 years ago from his first club, Dalian Professional. And this has been a really strong season for Li Shuai. And certainly that goal in the cup final, the absolute icing on the cake. Pressure put on Matteo Jussa. Ball lost and won back by Gwangju. Here's Ho-yul. It strikes Gwangju, who was very determined to show that his arms were by his side, because the Gwangju players think that it should be a penalty kick. Gwangju quite reasonably making the point that there was nothing he could do with his arms. They were right into the body. So nothing really to scrutinise. And indeed, it is going to be a Shanghai Port ball. Once again, the pressure is put on immediately, and once again possession is won back quickly. Simple but really effective. Well-coordinated press on the goalkeeper. And a matter of seconds later, the ball is theirs once more. Absolutely at the heart of a strategy for a very strategic man in Lee Jung-kyo. Here is the captain, Lee Hui-gyun, who thought he'd scored early on in the match, and he delivers a threatening ball. And the threat will continue. Here's Park. Going down was Hoyol. He still manages to get the chance. How did they not relieve the pressure? Shanghai Port 0, Gwangju FC 1, and all of the possession has resulted at last in a goal. A first one ever in continental competition for the 23-year-old born in Gwangju, whose whole career has been spent at the club. He goes down, he gets back up, he somehow manages to beat Wei Jun, who's just turning round and round, going, where is it? That's where it is, it's in the back of the net, and you're a goal down. But in terms of things to infuriate a coaching staff and probably the fans, conceding a goal from a player who actually goes down in the area, has enough time to get back up and still beat the player who they initially lost out to. I mean, that's a head scratcher. It is being checked. Communication once again between Ahmed Al-Kaf and Abdullah Ali Al-Mari, and to the delight of Lee Jung-kyo, the goal is confirmed. And suddenly, Gwangju FC are at the top of the East region. If they hold on now, it will be 5 wins and 1 loss from 6 matches. And they will be 2 points clear of the Yokohama F. Marinos and Vissel Kobe. So there's one for all of you who had on your bingo cards. Gwangju FC top after 6 match days in the inaugural AFC Champions League Elite. The club who had never played continental football until this season, leading against a team playing for the 8th time in the Champions League. Headed away by Chung Ho-yeon. Hooked back towards goal by Mateus Jussa. Player from Osasco in São Paulo State. Playing in the Champions League Elite, having played in the Copa Libertadores for 2 different clubs. away by Kim Kyung-jae. Gwangju now trying to win the corner kick. Again, really hard work from Gwangju FC. That's excellent to win it back. The happiest of first halves in the Pudong Football Stadium. In the third largest city in the world, the city of Shanghai, which once was a tiny fishing village called Chunshen, got its current name in 1292. The village of Chunshen, or Shun as it was known, was united with other nearby towns to form the county of Shanghai. Here is Shin Chang-mu. Oyul wanting the ball to be delivered to him. Yes, you'll hear people in Shanghai sometimes call the city Hu, referring to a bamboo fishing device used by the ancient fishermen in this region. Also is sometimes called Mordu, or the Magic City. And that more of a reflection of its recent past. Its place is a very futuristic and forward-looking city. Cut out by Wei Jun. And they're never really connected with any conviction by Jung Ho-yeon. While we're talking about the history of coastal settlements, Jung Ho-yeon, who just hit that shot from Mokpo on the southwest tip of the Korean peninsula, a place famous throughout the Republic of Korea for its brilliant seafood. Has to be a little more careful, Matthias Vargas, having been shown a yellow card earlier. And we are close to the halfway stage of this contest. Jung Ho-yeon to the captain Lee Hui-kyun as we enter 4 additional minutes. Nice touch that from Kim Jin-ho. Lee Hui-kyun is down. That was an unfortunate one, because if Shin had really committed to attacking the ball, it probably would have made its way to him. But he wasn't to know it wasn't going to be cut out. Meanwhile, he was definitely caught late by Wang Chunao. Tae-jun, well cut out by Shu Shin. Vargas, and he's done really well. Oscar. Has it back. The captain to Vargas, and Oscar to Gustavo. It's nicely constructed, and it was Oscar arriving to try to get it back and get the shot away. Just for a moment, a well put together move by Shanghai Port. Has it now exposed them at the back? That is surely going to be a yellow card. There can be no contesting it. Gustavo with the foul on Hui Gyun. He made no attempt to play the ball. It's a challenge born out of necessity. Quickly that gap closed. Byung Jun Soo and Kim Jin Ho stopping Gustavo getting the shot. Choi Kyung-rok with the free kick, and immediately foul committed on the captain Oscar. Shushin. As Shanghai Port seek to create one final opportunity in this first half, a first half where they've been dominated from a possession point of view by Gwangju FC, and where all of the good chances have been for the team from the Republic of Korea. Now gives it to Hui Gyun, wins it back well. Vargas played quickly on to Liu, and Liu's ball was a good idea to look for Gustavo, but again really well defended by Gwangju FC. Very enjoyable first half and a clever performance from the visiting team. The reward came when Ho Yul scored in the 38th minute. Little possession for Shanghai Port, few chances created, not much for Kim Kyung-min to worry about. Still, only one goal and a lot more to come at the Pudong Football Stadium. Nonetheless, a very positive beginning for the visiting team, who are currently top in the East region. At half-time, it's Shanghai Port 0, Gwangju FC 1.
Champions League Elite, a competition worthy of the continent's most enthusiastic fans and top-tier clubs. Our top 24 teams will clash, highlighting the best players from Asia and the world.
Built on the foundations of past heroes, a new beginning has arrived, uniting Asia's football powerhouses. 24 of the elite teams from 2 regions battle for supremacy to be crowned the ultimate champions. AFC Champions League Elite.
Now let us turn our attention to the AFC Champions League 2. This platform offers a thrilling stage for established clubs to battle for a coveted title with a pathway to excellence in Asian club football. Get ready for electrifying matches and fierce competition where every victory paves the way to unimaginable heights. This is the AFC Champions League 2.
On the way to the top, rivalries are born. New heroes emerge, paving the way to glory. 32 clubs battle it out from across Asia. AFC Champions League 2.
And now we introduce the AFC Challenge League. This platform serves as a launchpad for budding stars to shine on the continental club stage. Witness the passion, the grit, and the raw talent of 20 aspiring teams representing the vibrant tapestry of Asian football. The Challenge League is not just about winning, it is about fostering development and a spirit of growth that will benefit the entire Asian footballing ecosystem for years to come. This is the AFC Challenge League.
For the believers, for those that dream, the opportunity takers, where talent develops and fortune favors the brave. AFC Challenge League.
The future of Asian club football shines brightly with the all-new AFC Women's Champions League. For the first time ever, Asia's top 12 women's clubs will converge to showcase their talent and compete for ultimate glory. This is more than just a competition. It is a powerful symbol of innovation and inclusivity, inspiring generations of female athletes to chase their dreams and write their own stories on the pitch. This is the AFC Women's Champions League.
Breaking new ground for women's club football in Asia. 12 of the best teams, chasing greatness, inspiring generations in a fierce contested competition to crown the best in Asia. AFC Women's Champions League.
This is Asia.
The AFC has reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining the highest officiating standards by implementing the Video Assistant Referee (VAR) system across its revamped club structure for the 2024-25 season. The purpose of the VAR will be to rectify clear and obvious mistakes in match-changing situations based on the principles and philosophy of the laws of the game. The VAR team supports the decision-making process in the event of a clear and obvious error or serious missed incident in relation to goal, no goal, penalty, no penalty, direct red card, mistaken identity, when the referee cautions or sends off the wrong player of the offending team, stationed in the video operations room, The VAR team will have access to all the camera feeds and will automatically check every match incident. In the event of a clear and obvious error, the VAR communicates with the referee immediately, after which the referee will signal a check by pointing to their ear to indicate that the restart of play is being delayed. The VAR can suggest a review, but only the referee can initiate the review by signaling the outline of a TV screen. The referee always makes the final decision, but can be supported by the VAR in two ways: using the information received from the VAR for factual decisions, or personally reviewing the incident at the referee review area for decisions that require an interpretation.
The setting is the Pudong Football Stadium and the AFC Champions League Elite. It's match day 6 of the league phase, and the team you're looking at are leading, courtesy of Ho Yul's goal in the 38th minute. Visitors Gwangju FC 1-0 up over Shanghai Port. They haven't had a great deal of the ball, the home team. They have found, as many have found, that Gwangju FC are a very hard team to take on. Second half about to begin. Welcome back to all of the action from the AFC Champions League Elite. Match day 6 of 8 in the league phase. This is the East region as Shanghai Port in possession host Gwangju FC. The team from the Republic of Korea journeying to the People's Republic of China. And at the moment, the visiting team ahead, courtesy of Ho Yul's goal, and they are at the top of the East region, to the frustration of Shanghai Port, and in particular Matthias Vargas. Great pleasure to have your company wherever in the world you're watching from, and I hope you're enjoying the brand new format to Asian football. The AFC Champions League Elite sitting alongside the AFC Champions League 2. There's also the Challenge League and the first ever Women's Champions League. So much football to enjoy in this diverse and dramatic continent when it comes to football, because the East region is going to keep us guessing, it seems, right to its very conclusion. Here is Choi. Out to Cho Sung-kwon. Byung Jun-soo. They've looked largely very composed in defence, Lee Jung-ho's players. Jun has time to create something. Jung Ho-yeon finding Shin Chang-moo. Captain Lee Hui-gyan, and it will be gathered by Yen Junling, who on 3 occasions has played at the AFC Asian Cup for the People's Republic of China. Around 60 appearances for the national team. The People's Republic of China, who didn't have the most enjoyable time in Qatar at the last Asian Cup. Not their strongest ever outing. The gentleman you just looked at, Lee Jung-hyo, has had a very interesting trajectory. He took over the Gwangju FC job in 2022, having largely been an assistant manager or coach. Did have a brief spell as the head coach of Arjo University. That was about a decade ago. He was the assistant manager of Jeju United before taking over at Gwangju. Played for about 10 years for Busanai Park. Spent his whole career with them. His opposite number today, Kevin Muscat, much more well-travelled as a footballer. Long career as a defender, including at Crystal Palace and Wolves in England and Rangers in Scotland, where he won a series of trophies. And as a manager, Kevin Muscat has won the league title in 3 countries: Australia, Japan and here in the People's Republic of China. Is some accomplishment. Gwangju FC having to deal with a player being down, and Ahmed Al-Kaf has stopped the game. Shin Chang-moo. Just looked awkward, didn't it, the way he actually slid in. And he got some contact, it seems, and needs to have that patched up. No changes made so far. Only players from the Republic of Korea actually in the Gwangju team for this match and on the bench. Well, there is a video review in progress here. And that is what Shin Chang-moo has been maintaining throughout. But he was struck. He is discussing it with the refereeing team. So once again, conversation between Ahmed Al-Kaf and Abdullah Ali Al-Mari. Is this going to go to a review other side of the field of play. This is what's being scrutinised at the moment. And indeed, it's being looked at by Ahmed Al-Kaf. And that is why it's the aftermath. Well, the debate is whether that was accidental from Wei Jun. Well, it's easy to see there why it is that Shin Chang-mu was pointing to his face and referencing the blood on it. He's definitely caught. Is he caught by Wei Jun in a way that could be deemed intentional? Is Wei Jun even aware of Shin Chang-mu's presence on the ground? Absolutely catches him. That's not up for debate. Did he know anything about it, the player on the top right? Interesting, it really is taking a long time for Ahmed Al-Kaf to look at it. Is this one of those ones where the more you look at it, the less clear it becomes? What's the decision? Well, goodness me. He's off. Wei Jun has been sent off. And he looks absolutely astonished about it. A video review that will provoke plenty of debate, leading to the red card of Wei Jun. And after much discussion and a long time looking at the monitor, Ahmed Al-Kaf, to his astonishment, has sent off one of Kevin Muscat's players, Wei Jun, who really does look genuinely bemused. Well, I think it's safe to say that won't meet with everyone's agreement. That might be a mild way of putting it. But it presents Gwangju FC with an extraordinary opportunity to seize control of this game with around about 30-40 minutes to go, because there will be quite a lot of time added on for that review. They have a corner kick. Oh, it might be put in. It went straight to Cho Song-kwon. Just couldn't position himself to hit it. The player who's never scored for Gwangju FC. They were so aware. Got himself into a great position, but then just couldn't convert. Well, a change has been made. Yang Shi-yuen, defender, brought on to replace Yu Wenjun. Xu Wen, 30-year-old, who has spent his whole career at Shanghai Port, but only started once in the league this season. Choi Kyung-rok with the throw, and he gets it back. Linking up with Shin Chang-moo, and space for the shot. It looked like that was on target from Lee Hui-gyun. Really arrived at just the right time. It was a great ball too, and an important piece of positioning from Gwangju now. As Gwangju FC now are, as you would expect, fully controlling this game after the red card shown to Wei Jun. Park Tae-jun curl this corner kick inwards. No, he actually goes short. Not for the first time in this match. And the goalkeeper not able to get there. As expected, a foul. Another intricate and unusual construction to the corner kick. Well, actually, it wasn't a foul on the goalkeeper, it was just well offside. Young Jun-soo. Shuai dispossessed, but it went to Matej Jussa. Misplaced header from Kim Kyung-jae. He's done really well, Vargas, but he is completely on his own. Well, he worked so hard, and he's looking around at his absent teammates, going, where were you? Where was my support? Where was my option? Oscar. Xu Xin finds the captain. Just can't get into a crossing position, and the chance has gone for the moment. Maybe there, Gwangju FC trying to be a little too sophisticated when just getting it away was of a higher priority. Vargas will not get the free kick. And there will be space as they try to make their way through the midfield. To the displeasure of the Shanghai Port fans, a foul called on Kim Jin-ho, and changes now coming. So first and foremost, we're going to see Gustavo depart for Liu Jurun. That's an important change for Shanghai Port. An attacker who will probably put in a lot of running to try to support the likes of Vargas. And we're also seeing two changes made by Gwangju FC. Shin Chang-moo and Kim Kyung-jae going off. And An Young-kyu is coming on, the veteran who celebrates his birthday tomorrow. Will turn 35. He's joined by Oh Hu-song, who wears number 77 and who scored against the Marinos in the opening fixture. There he is. There was Kim Jin-ho, I should say. And increasing sense of intemperance as the first involvement of the aforementioned Oh Hu-song is to come in and try to stop further loss of temper. A little shove from Yen Junling. Felt it was a rather reckless challenge from Gwangju now, as again there is intemperance as Shanghai Port players gesticulating to Ahmed Al-Kaf to show a card. You just get a sense of enormous anger from the Red Eagles over the red card to Wei Jun. The feeling that the wrong decision was reached. I mean, that was totally needless from An Young-kyu. A rather unpleasant sensation of things simmering in this match. Free kick taken quickly. Played in the direction of the substitute Liu Jurun, who wears number 33. And now we have confirmation of those two changes, bringing on captain An Young-kyu, regular captain, club captain, and Oh Hu-song, the only player in the squad who'd scored in the Champions League before this campaign. Played for Daegu before coming to Gwangju FC. There is substitute Yang Shi-yuan, who was brought on for Liu Wenjuan after the red card to Wei Jun. And now over on the sidelines there's a problem after Mateo Schuster, in the judgment of the Gwangju FC bench, was doing something untoward. Now the whole contest has taken a very unpleasant turn. And it's become a difficult match to referee now. There's the sense that each little moment is just increasing the sense of irritation that people are feeling. Just so with a clear shove on Jung Ho-yeon. Then shove earlier by An Young-kyu. Everyone's getting involved needlessly. And in the aftermath, a yellow card shown by Ahmed Al-Kaf, which we'll come back to in a moment, because in possession, Gwangju FC, who are leading in this match and leading in the East region as things stand. Cho Song-kwon, pull back, and an opportunity to shoot, and then the overhead kick, really remarkably, as it fell to Choi Kyung-rok. But they're going to get more chances like that now. More opportunities to actually find a shooting position. Now, on the subject of which is Vargas. He goes down, and he'll be irritated by the lack of a decision. Well, if you happen to only be catching the final stages of this match, as Gwangju FC have an opportunity here. Will it come back to Choi? It will. He needs some support, and he gets it from the captain, Lee Hui-gyun. Goal scorer Ho Yul is close to the penalty mark. Tae-jun will go out wide to Cho Song-kwon. I was about to say, if you are just joining the match now, the really increased sense of tension has come from the red card shown to Wei-jun on video review, which the Shanghai Port players and fans, and I suspect some of you watching, felt was not the right decision, and I suspect some of you watching felt it was the right decision. Cho Song-kwon, and there Ho Yul unable to cleanly strike. And that's why Yo Ju-run was brought on, wearing number 33, to chase things down. Only 8 appearances in the title-winning campaign, 3 of them starts. Hasn't scored for the club since January of last year against Chengdu Rongcheng in the FA Cup. Oscar, who hasn't really been able to impress himself upon the match. Flick on by Vargas was clever, and then wildly mishit for Liu Ju-run. Definitely a foul, and a card likely to be shown here after Lee Hui-gyun was impeded by Xu Xin. Oh, that really, the first one was not pleasant, and actually he was caught by Yang Shi-yuan, but Xu Xin before that was very wild. So we're just waiting for confirmation of that card. Touched on by Cho, and then from E to Choi Kyung-rok. Well, it indeed is Xu Xin who's being given the card. It was the first challenge that was the issue. There is a real danger of another red card to Shanghai Port, the way things are currently going. Feels like a team that's not fully in control of its emotions. Oscar, he does well to hold that up. Now out wide is Li Shuai. Couldn't keep it in play. He managed to get forward quite a bit in the first half. Rare, longer delivery and well controlled. But they've won this back impressively, Shanghai Port. Vargas, he goes down, play continues, it's Liu. Might well come in here from Oscar. Vargas calling for the shorter ball. Oscar is brought down, it's a penalty kick. What on earth was in the mind of Kim Jin-ho there? Extraordinary. And the team, reduced by one, have a great chance to draw level. Oscar seemed to have held on to it for too long. But there is absolutely no doubt that he is fouled by Kim Jin-ho. It is going to be confirmed and further examined by Abdullah Ali Al-Mari and his team in front of the monitor. But the Shanghai Port players feel confident that this will be their penalty kick. Vargas was calling for a short pass from Oscar, who was determined to keep hold of it until there was a better chance. Well, now this is a better chance. Kim Kyung-min being told to go back to his line. The check is complete. Oscar hasn't scored in the Champions League since May of 2019, 16 without scoring. This is a huge moment in their campaign. Oscar with a wonderful penalty kick to draw Shanghai Port level. Despite the dismissal of Wei Jun, the Chinese team have made it one apiece. The player who won the penalty kick gets the equalising goal. Clearly fouled by Kim Jin-ho. Never in doubt from the penalty mark. An 11th goal in Champions League competition. That is first after 16 matches without scoring. Now we are in for some conclusion to this match. What an effort from Shanghai Port. They've actually been at their best since losing a player. They've been more energetic. Perhaps they have managed to convert the negative emotion into a positive sense of intensity. Sometimes athletes can perform at their very best when they feel that the odds are against them, when they feel that the deck is stacked against them. That sort of siege mentality can be a very useful thing to harness from a sports psychology point of view. A definite foul on Oscar. Is this whole match turning now? Careless from Choi Kyung-rok. Vargas, great cross. The target was Wong Shun-chao. Here's Park Tae-jun. They have to be careful they don't get countered. Shanghai Port. They keep their tactical discipline as they push for a winning goal. The picture now sees Gwangju dropping down into second place, Shanghai Port up into 7th. So both of these teams would be in an automatic qualification place, or a qualification place I should say, for the round of 16, with 2 matches to go. Top 8 of the 12 go to the round of 16 to join the top 8 from the West region. They're working so much more effectively to win the ball back in midfield now, the Red Eagles. Semi-finalists in the old format of the Champions League in 2017. Losing to the Urawa Red Diamonds. And they looked like they were losing their discipline in this match. But somehow they've managed to calm things down. Maybe not calm things, but convert that anger into something productive. Further changes coming. Looks as though we're going to see Fu Huan and Liu Xiaolong. Painful one, that. Trailing leg there of Oh Hu Song. Stands on Wong Junao. Wong Junao replaced by Fu Huan, 31-year-old from Shanghai, who spent his whole career playing for this club. It's his 183rd appearance for them. We also have Liu Xiaolong on, forward, who has never yet scored for the club as a senior player. Only played once in the Super League this season. He's come on for Xu Xin, probably a wise move after he was shown a yellow card earlier. Park goes back to Kim Kyung-min. Well turned by Jung Ho-yeon. And there's a little space to work with in the midfield here for Gwangju. Lee, he's dispossessed in what's becoming a real pattern in this match. And here is Liu Jurun. This is why he was brought on, to run with the ball, create chances. It falls to the other young forward, Liu Xiaolong. Oscar, is he going to shoot? He is! Deflected by Bian. Absolutely transformed this match. Yi Kang-hyun is about to replace captain Yi Hui-gyun. There were some calls there for a penalty kick. After that seemed to strike the arm of Cho Song-won. So we also have the departure of goalscorer Ho Yul for Lee Kun-hee. So we lose Ho Yul and we lose Yi Hui-gyun. And on we have number 24, Yi Kang-hyun, who makes his 4th appearance in the AFC Champions League Elite. He'll go into the midfield and we'll see Yi Kun-hee playing in a more attacking role. 5 goals this season, but only 1 in his last 20 matches. At the moment they are under enormous amounts of pressure, the Gwangju players, and now they are the frustrated ones. Suddenly it's Shanghai Port who are getting closer and closer. Oscar with the free kick. Looked for Vargas, but it was well read by Choi. Straight away, Shanghai Port winning it back. There will be a decent amount of additional time, and good job too, because this is a really enjoyable match. It would be the most unlikely thing if someone wins this, considering the energetic and almost slightly frantic feel that the end has. Oh, definitely an unfortunate moment there as it struck Ahmed Al-Kaf when there was an attack on for Gwangju. Really clipped by Yang Shi-yuen, Park Tae-jun. Kim Jin-ho, the player who gave away the penalty kick, and it was indeed a yellow card to Yang. Hopefully for Choi in a more speculative way than they ideally like to build up their attacks. Foul committed by Gwangju FC. We just think back to the majority of this game, really everything up to and including the red card. They were so strong winning the ball back in midfield, the team from the Republic of Korea. And now it's very much gone the other way. And they haven't been able to play with that sophistication, with the sort of positional awareness that you would have expected them to really thrive in after the circumstances of the red card. And yet if we took away that little indicator above the club name in the top left of your screen, and we asked you to speculate, having not seen the red card, based on the last 10-15 minutes, who had been reduced by one player, I suspect you'd quite sensibly say, oh, Gwangju have lost someone. And they've lost something, certainly. Captain Gwangju. Shanghai Port, it's the sort of result that still leaves them with a lot to do over the last couple of match days, but considering where they found themselves approaching the 1 hour mark of the match, it's an extremely good outcome if they are able to draw this. Now, how much further time will there be at the Pudong Football Stadium? Heung-yon. It's going to provide a bit of a challenge, that, to Matej Schussa. 9 further minutes to play. Easy in the end for Yen Junling. Kim Han-gil will be the last player to come on for Gwangju FC. Choi Kyung-rok departing, and we have a 29-year-old coming on in the midfield. He actually made his Champions League debut for Seoul in 2017, so this is his 7th time taking to the field of play in a Champions League match, just the 3rd for his current club. And the other 2 also were late substitute appearances. Foul by Yang Shi-yuen, who's already been shown a yellow card. Comes in from Park and it's headed straight at Yan Junling. Distributes it quickly to Vargas. Can't fault the effort that he's made throughout. Jung, good idea to play in O. And Oscar can't keep it in play. So suddenly we're back to Gwangju FC pressurising. Pian. Nicely read by Mateo Schussa. Substitute Lee Kang-hyun. Trying to go over the top, looking for Kim Han-gil. They were in a foul mood after the red card to Wei Jun, and they are now full of pride. What they've seen from Shanghai Bolt, the resilience from their team, very impressive. And we're not quite done. 5 more minutes to go. These are the kind of marginal moments of matches that determine whether you go on in the AFC Champions League Elite, whether you make the round of 16, or whether your campaign ends early. Kim Han-gil. Now you get the feeling that Shanghai Port are seeking just to hold on. The player who gave away the penalty, Kim Jin-ho, he's forward. And so there is risk of a counter. But at the moment it's all Gwangju FC. Cho not able to get to it. Oscar easily dispossessed. Gil has been calling for it for a while. Lee Kang-hyun finally gets it and doesn't do too much with it, but it's just for a moment. It was played to Jung Ho-yeon. Foul anyway by Jung on Oscar. He will scrutinise this and try to work out how it's all gone against them, how it's all turned away when they seemed ideally positioned to win. Still a few minutes left, still time for a chance to be created. But maybe now both of these teams recognising that a point is a suitable outcome. Vargas, he's got a chance here, Vargas, and wasted that. Oscar not happy. Just keep an eye on the late arriving Oscar, who's calling for that from Vargas, who really only wanted to take it on himself. Last 2 minutes. Too strong, trying to win it back, Lee Kun-hee. It's gone back and forth in additional time. Nobody able to really create a meaningful chance. Here's Liu, who is not brought down, to the astonishment of a few of the Shanghai Port players. The youngster felt he was fouled, as did some of the spectators, quite a lot of them. Junsu, as we are now into the final minute of this fascinating meeting between Shanghai Port and Gwangju. Bian has stayed forwards. They might be able to get a chance. Was well defended. Oh Song, and he is fouled. So there will be, by the looks of things, one last opportunity for Gwangju FC to get the ball into the Shanghai Port penalty area, courtesy of this foul by Oscar. Frustrated looking Lee Jung-hyo. Park Tae-jun will take what is likely to be the last chance of the contest. Can Gwangju FC win it in the final seconds? Park Tae-jun, it's a good ball and it's a comfortable save. And that will likely be that. What determination from Shanghai Port. A goal down, a player down, but a superstar in Oscar, getting the equalising goal from the penalty spot after Kim Jin-ho's foul. It seemed, strangely, that the red card actually galvanised Shanghai Port, a red card that did not meet with universal approval. It means that both of these teams, as things stand, are in qualification places going into the penultimate match day. From disappointment to hope and pride for veterans in the Champions League, Shanghai Port. A sense of a missed opportunity for debutants Gwangju. At full time it finishes Shanghai Port 1, Gwangju 1.